Good morning, Santa Clarita. We're back on the Nonprofit Spotlight Show. We haven't been away for a while, so it's kind of exciting for me. We are here by way of KHTS Radio. We're here on your hometown station, 98.1 FM and AM 1220. I'm real excited. I'm on a roll now. We've got two beautiful ladies here from Carousel Ranch. I've got Denise Redmond. Denise Redmond. I know I, for years, called you Tommy. Denise Redmond and Dena Gittisarn.
Yeah.
And Dena is a board member, but she is also the mom of a rider, and that always holds a special place in my heart because I know the stress as a mom of you having your child get up at the event Heart of the West and have to perform, or even on a weekly basis when you bring your child for therapy and they get on a big old horse and have to. I know that stress. I feel you. So I'm glad that you came because you can share your perspective. But Denise, let's get the program started with you. You came here to talk about your Valentine campaign. And Carousel Ranch, obviously, it's a therapeutic horseback riding nonprofit for all age groups, all different abilities. And this is one of the things that you do to raise money. So let's talk about that.
Absolutely. So this is our annual Carousel Wishes and Valentine Kisses campaign. And we've been doing it for many years now. So I think people in this community are used to being flooded with Carousel Wishes all month long in the month of February. But it's an important month, Janice, because really the funds raised for this are for direct funds to fill the gap in what we need to provide therapy directly for the children. Every dollar we raise in February goes directly towards scholarship and towards enabling us to serve all children without regard for their ability to pay for service. So, the money that we raise is really, really important in February. It's basically just straight donations. You'll see it all over Facebook and social media. It's about 70 people who put up pages raising money towards a personal goal, almost like you would if you were doing a walk or run.
Yes.
But then we have probably about 10 or 15 partners in our community this year, business partners who are partnering with us. So literally, you're going to see our signs everywhere, and you're going to know that when you're in Wolf Creek, if you go and you buy a piece of carousel cake, we get $5 from that cake.
Love that.
Right?
Love that.
Or if you're in the local bar and grill, the local pub and grill, you can buy the local burger goes to the ranch, and the charity ale.
I did that because I was there for Circle of Hope, and it was the ale, and I saw that Carousel Ranch, if you bought the burger, I was like, give them both to me. I'm a support, but they're both
absolutely. It's such an
nonprofits
easy way.
I love, so it was easy.
You go to Elements Massage and you add an enhancement this month, and we get that money. So you're going to see that there's just numerous businesses. You're going to see posters when you walk in, and if that's the case, think about it and buy that.
It's
that
an easy way.
burger, right?
Yeah.
It's an easy way to support the kids.
As an aside, I will post a copy of this list on KHTS's Facebook page, on my Instagram feed, and for the Nonprofit Spotlight Show, so that you can have that list if you don't want to, go online or whatever. But your website, carouselranch.org, has that information.
Absolutely. It'll have all the information and all the different ways you can participate. We have an open house at the ranch next month. We have just a number of different ways you can participate. And Janice, the thing about this campaign is it's not asking people to donate huge amounts.
Sure.
This is really somewhere between 600 and 1,000 people donating in small ways. So that's, your $5 donation,
if everybody donated.
And what's really amazing is the first $30,000 is matched by Wayne and Diane Crawford.
Oh, wonderful.
So when you donate 5, it becomes 10.
Mm-hmm.
So it really, really makes a difference. So, we just hope people will get involved and participate in whatever way they can.
I love that. And like you said, it's something you're already going out to eat. You're already if you're going to treat yourself and get a massage, why not go to the place where you know that Carousel Ranch is going to get a little bit of funds back from it? That just makes sense to me. That makes it easy.
Yeah. And on February 6th, always a big one for us that raises quite a bit of money is Wolf Creek. You eat there all day, whether it's lunch, takeout, dinner, the whole day. 20% of the proceeds go to Carousel Ranch, which turns out to be quite a bit.
Excellent. So this is an annual campaign. What may I ask what you guys raised from this campaign last year, or what your goal is for this year?
Absolutely. Our goal this year, including the Crawford match, is $115,000.
Wonderful.
Last year we raised $105,000, so we always try to stretch.
Sure.
The idea behind an annual campaign is to grow slightly, and
Absolutely.
that's, if someone gave 20, maybe they give 25 this year. Again, it's not about people donating thousands of dollars. It's really asking the community to join in small ways to help us reach that goal.
Amazing. Anything else about that campaign that you want to cover? Or any of the...
You know, just that it's a lot of fun. It's a really fun month with a lot of activities. And really just remembering, I guess, you know, we started it with the concept of Valentine's Day. Number one, it's not a month where there's a lot of fundraising going on.
That's
but
what I was going to say. It's a perfect
it fits
time
us,
of year.
You know, keep our kids in your heart in the month of February. You know,
Oh,
show
God.
some love for
Okay,
our
get
kids.
sappy with me. Where's
so
the
you know
tissue?
that's
Where's
kind
the
of the
tissue?
idea behind it. But you know, instead of you know, all being about big Valentine's gifts or flowers and chocolate, maybe think about, you know, donating $10 to the kids.
I love that. Not everybody wants to. I don't really care about the chocolates. I'd love flowers, but you know, they're going to die. So why not give a gift that keeps growing and
Exactly.
and can be more meaningful? Love that. Okay, but I hope my honey didn't hear that because I'd still like the chocolate
Still
and
want
the
the flowers. That's
I
okay.
still want the chocolate and the flowers, you know, or the card at least. That is wonderful. So you guys, this is in the beginning of the year. You're gearing up. I know you, Denise. Your staff, your volunteers are already working on Heart of the West.
Absolutely.
And I know that we're going to have you come back on the show as we get closer to that event, but do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Believe it or not, Heart of the West never stops for
I know.
Carousel Ranch, right?
I know.
So the mailing for this campaign's going out in a couple of days, but
Okay.
the mailing to auction donors, believe it or not, goes out the same day. You know, that event takes an entire year from start to finish. We just roll over into the next one. But this year it's August 29th.
Oh.
The date seems later, although it's always the same, the weekend before Labor Day weekend. That's how you can always remember when it is, but it is coming up. We're already working on it. I think, believe it or not, I was just counting the other day, and we're already up to like 10 or 11 live auction items, and you know, it just we have
You
to
guys
start
do it
early.
so well. You've got that down to a science.
And at the event last year, because we sell out now, so I do recommend if you want to go to Heart of the West, it's not too early to
remember.
get a ticket because we are selling out. We sold out before July 1st last year.
amazing.
So
That's every nonprofit's dream.
and I
to
believe
sell
we
out.
already have over 200 tickets sold between just people who bought tables that night of the event. I think like 225. So,
Nice.
you know, we cap out around 675. So,
And this is still done at the ranch, so you've
is.
got the ability to add a table in the corner if you
a
need
little
to.
bit. We're
Little
about
bit,
capping out.
little
You know,
bit.
our board really, it's all about can we get more? Can we get more? But
I love it.
we
I
don't
love
want to
it.
grow too much. We want to maintain guest experience. That's a lot of people.
You know what? That you just said it. Guest experience. I have always maintained that your event, and I think that I've been going to your event probably as long as I've been doing this show. This is one of those events where you absolutely have to be there to see what happens in the performance, because then you know exactly where your money's going. And saying that, if we can, let's throw it to Dena, because Dena, I don't know if your child, son or daughter, as a rider there, is she just going there for therapy, or has she ever participated in the Heart of the West event?
Actually, she is almost 9 years old, and she's been riding at Carousel Ranch since she was 2.5.
Wow.
And actually, it was about that first year of her riding. That was her first year doing the demonstration at Heart of the West. It was a very exciting time for our family and friends and people at the ranch, and it was just a really neat night to see her perform.
Absolutely.
do-
So she's an old
yeah.
pro now after 7
She
years.
She's getting there. Yeah, she's learned a lot over the years. It's been
Wonderful.
tremendous.
Wonderful. And how did you hear about it, Carousel Ranch?
Yeah, with Carousel Ranch, being that I've been a therapist for close to 30 years, a developmental therapist, I started referring to Carousel Ranch my clients. And I just heard about it through the community and different, things that were available to families. And then my goddaughter rode there for 10 years. So we were involved in the ranch, watching her perform in the demonstration every year at Heart of the West. And so we were connected in that way as well. And then with our youngest, when we realized that she would benefit from Carousel Ranch, we put her on the list, and we waited about 2.5 years, I think it was, and then she started riding there. So it's been almost 6.5 years since she's been riding. So we are very fortunate and blessed to be a part of Carousel Ranch.
Absolutely. So the other part of that question is, you
Yeah.
put her in as a client first before you became a board member, or the other way around?
Well, I was a parent first, and then they had asked me about, a little less than a year to become a part of the board. And I'm very thankful to be a part of the board. And
I was going to say, clearly you saw the benefit of having your child in the program and what they offer, so it mattered to you. It made sense for you to join the board.
Absolutely.
And that is something that every nonprofit needs, a good, solid board. Is that something that you guys take on a regular basis?
Absolutely. And I think what you want to have a cross-section on your board of
Yes,
all
you
different
do.
types of people,
Yes,
and I
you do.
think the parent perspective is important. So
It
you
is.
you want to have a parent or two on the board, but for
And
Dena,
having been a
not only-
therapist, too, that's a
Exactly.
double hit.
Exactly, and that's
A
why we
valuable-
asked Dena.
a valuable person to
so
have on your
many
board.
perspectives, right? She's not only a parent, but she referred to us for years because she
Yes.
believed in the program,
Absolutely.
and she works in the field, so she understands. So but I think. Board members and your board is so important because without a good board, you are
Between
nowhere.
the board and the volunteers, nothing happens with a
Absolutely.
nonprofit. I mean, you
And we have
really
we have a strong board, we have a strong advisory board, and we have an
an
army of
amazing
volunteers.
group of volunteers. Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Jerry Goldman from the radio station is on our advisory board, and some people don't want to come to meetings every month, but that doesn't mean that you can't pick up the phone and count on them. And so we really count on an army of people from board members all the way through just volunteers every single week.
Wonderful. Go ahead.
I was going to say, as a parent, and we were talking about the February campaign, and the one thing I wanted to add is it involves so much of the community. Like for our daughter, she can participate in a different way by going to Carousel Ranch. We go, say, join at Wolf Creek, the restaurant, and some of the people that are there donating to the ranch. So it really involves the children and families as well, which has been really nice. Outside of Heart of the West event, the whole month of February, there's so many different opportunities as a parent to bring your child.
To bring
to
your
send-
family. The
your
thing I like about
child,
these kinds of things
your
is you can bring the
family.
whole
We
family.
bring our whole
It's the
family.
focus not just on the
Yes.
child who's riding, but the whole family can
The
help
whole
feel like they're
family.
supporting.
Yeah, we go out to Wolf Creek, and
Sure.
Our
Sure.
other kids come, and we invite friends, and so it's just a really nice evening, and they learn more about the ranch, and then also our daughter Sophia can see some of the people that are contributed to the ranch and donating and helping her and other students. So it's a really great month. So.
I remember a couple of years ago, it seems like just a couple of years ago, you can correct me, when you guys were buying the property there and getting ready to do this
You
big
know, Janice,
move.
this is for me too. It feels like a couple
know,
years
I
ago.
know, but I
It
know
is
it.
15
No,
years
no.
ago.
Right.
2005. Can you imagine? But I feel the same way. I feel like it's
Right.
6 or 7 years ago.
Wow.
15 years we've been at
Okay,
this
maybe
location.
I'm thinking of when you guys built the big arena.
That was
a couple-
2014.
Okay,
yes,
okay.
it was. But still, that's been
I
6 years.
know,
Can you
I
imagine?
know. You guys have grown so
For
much.
Becky and I, it's been like you blink your
I
blink
know.
your
Can you
eyes.
imagine you were doing
it-
this in your backyard or somebody's backyard?
This is our 23rd year. We'll be 23
Crazy.
years old in July.
That's crazy. I love it.
And I was just talking to the mom of the very first student who rode with us, and they had moved away, and I connected with her on Facebook, and we want to do a
Reminiscing.
reunion in 2 years and send out, and I'm like, she was our first student. You're going to
She
have
has
to be there.
Absolutely.
But it's staggering when you think of how many people have been in our lives, students, parents, board members, staff, volunteers, over now 23 years.
Well, you know what
That's
that tells
staggering.
me? Two things. Clearly, there was a need. There is a need, and you guys have a program that is designed to work. You are making an impact in our community by what you do.
Oh, well, thank you. We like I said, we have an army of people who do it with us, and I think that's what's made it work. When it was just
Absolutely.
Becky and I in a backyard with her daughter Katie, who was 11 at the time. It doesn't. You can't grow. People have to join you in whatever way that is. Whether it's board members, whether it's partners in businesses like the ones that join the campaign, or the 600 or 700 people that decide to, donate a few dollars to the campaign, or, all the ways to get involved. It doesn't happen without people stepping in and joining you. And every year new people join you. And
Absolutely.
you can take the program to the next level because of that.
Absolutely. I'm just curious, did you, when you guys were in the backyard doing the one-on-ones, did you have any clue
No, and
this would grow to this
no,
extent?
and we didn't want this. I mean, we did not. We were we were young.
want this.
We came out of another
this.
program, and we just wanted to do good work, right? And
wanted
if
to
you
have
had
some
told
fun.
us that it would be this we did it because it was passion for us,
know,
right? So we
I
just wanted to help
know.
some
So how
children.
could you squelch
If you
that
had told us
passion?
you're going to have 20 employees and 2 different programs, and you're going to, have this kind of budget and this facility, when we were looking for property, we were like, okay,
Huge.
maybe 3 acres, 5 at the most.
Yeah.
I mean, Janice, we have 20
I'm
acres,
loving that.
like to take
But you
care
had
of.
to do that though because
have
you
to grow.
saw the trend. You knew you were growing. Why would you go
Right.
get 3 acres when you
Right.
were going to outgrow that in another?
But
10
now,
years?
of course, we're so grateful for where we are. But we
course,
would have been
of
scared to
course.
death then. I mean,
Yeah, you guys were young.
I
You-
was, 29 years old, and I mean, if you had told us
look
it was
at you
going to be this,
now. Look-
you can't. I think it's good that it's happened slowly, and
Okay.
we.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
So
But I'm glad you
I
guys
think we
did-
were like
did
60
let it
kids
happen.
maximum ever. Now between the 2 programs, there's so many more than that.
How
but-
many kids?
So
you
we're
guys
doing
serve?
80 a week in the equestrian program.
Wow.
And then we're doing, around 30 to 40 a year in the Ready to Work program. And of course, that's a newer program, so it's growing. So
You want to tell us a little bit about that one? I know
Sure.
you and I have talked about it, but our listeners may
so
not know.
it really was born just out of the equestrian program with parents of children who were aging up and they were becoming young adults, and parents coming to us saying, "Gosh, he's 20 now. Can he volunteer? Can he do something on the ranch? Can I give you $300 and you put it away and you pay him every week $10?" And we were doing that,
That's
and
a
all of a
parent.
sudden there's
That
like
is a
too many
parent.
of them,
That's
and
what was
and we can't supervise them, right? Because
Sure.
we're trying to do the equestrian therapy,
Sure.
and now we've got 5, 6 kids that want to work. So it was just like, okay, what can we do? Well, maybe we can open a little store, and we can take tack donations, and the kids can fix it up and sell it. And along the way, Supervisor Antonovich, discovered it and said, "Hey, I want you to make that into a real program." And we started with that, and the Henry Mayo Newhall Foundation joined in, and now Supervisor Barger has helped us bring that to COC, where we're now teaching, certificate-based programs at COC for the Ready to Work Academy.
Look
We
at you.
just finished our first pilot class of that, and we partner with businesses for that. So we partnered with this time Starbucks and the Holiday Inn Express. And so the students go 1 day a week for the curriculum at the college. They're a college student.
Nice.
And then the other day a week they're in practicum, and they take those concepts and they bring it to life. So they worked 8 weeks at Starbucks, and then they worked 7 weeks at Holiday Inn Express last time.
Love it.
We're getting ready to start our next customer service class in February. And we're adding a warehouse fulfillment type of class, partnering with AMS Fulfillment. So, and then
my
it's
God,
just
I'm
going to grow from there. We
so
envision
impressed.
someday having, a full list of courses that our students with special needs in this valley can participate in. But you have to go through Ready to Work first.
Only in Santa Clarita could these kinds of things happen because you have so many organizations, nonprofits, businesses that are passionate and want to step up and join our nonprofits to make things happen. Only in Santa Clarita.
And
It's-
these businesses, they go the extra mile. I mean,
know.
it is something to have, 6 or 7 of our students in there working in your business
Yeah,
for that
yeah.
time, and they're so dedicated and so generous, and it's making a difference. And one of our students actually is working at the Holiday Inn now. Another, it's looking like will be working at Starbucks. So, great opportunities, and the rest are
awesome.
working on improving their situations and getting jobs, and
Sure.
and it's working. And so from the time they're 2.5, like Sophia was, all the way up to they're in their 20s, and what do they need then, right? They want
Exactly.
to be productive and
Exactly.
participate in the community,
And the parents want that so
and
much for
have,
them.
have a
Definitely.
purpose, and these students really can serve a purpose and be great employees, and they are. We've got, I think, now 18 placed in jobs,
Wonderful.
so, and others volunteering. So,
Successes every day with you guys. It's amazing to me. It's amazing.
and the
to
funds
me.
raised from this campaign in February go to both programs.
Okay.
So between
Ready to
between
Work
the 2
and-
programs, it's about 125, 130 students a year coming through Carousel Ranch, and it's so we've grown, but you grow incrementally. If you thought about that 23 years ago, you'd say,
Yeah.
"Oh my gosh, I can't do that."
But you are. But you are.
But you are, and
Right.
you will,
Right.
and trust me, next year we will be talking, and it'll be even
There'll be something else.
new.
That's right. The academy at the college didn't exist the last time I talked to
Exactly,
you.
exactly. So this is just, I love all this progress. I love it. That's
exciting.
that's so much excitement for you guys. Anything else? We've got about 8 minutes. Anything else
Dana,
that
you
we
want to
want
share a little bit about Sophia's journey and how the ranch has benefited her? Because I
Yeah.
think that for us, that's what it's all about, right? I mean, that's the only
absolutely,
reason we do it.
You do what you
absolutely.
do.
Our so many people know that we ride at the ranch and everything, and some people think they're just on a horse, and just riding, and it's just been so much more than that. I know Sophia, she started when she was 2.5, and she can be sweet and spicy at the same time. And the ranch,
I like her already.
Yes, the ranch knew all the instructors, not just one person, but all of them. They knew how to work with her. And I think just accepting where she was at that time and progressing her further was such key. And I always say that they were always the missing piece to the puzzle for us. And if I could, I'd bring her every day. I've said that for years.
I'm sure all the parents
I
say that.
literally would, and my husband would too. But she's not only progressed, Sophia, her special needs are just not always visual. She has a lot of different needs, and for some kids you can see that maybe they have difficulty walking or talking. And for Sophia, yes, she definitely needed work with her physical skills, speech, but also social skills, emotional, and that has been so key for her because when she's there and if she was frustrated or upset about something, they could work her through it. And being on that horse just has really given her the opportunity for self-regulation, and also with some of the volunteers, she wasn't always she would be a little bit feisty with them because she didn't know how to talk to them socially, so they would work with her on that. And so I can say in every area, Carousel Ranch has really made a difference with Sophia. And also, as she's getting older, now she's, she's gone from standing on the horse to kneeling and doing all those things. And now she's leading the horse. She only has one person with her.
Wow.
And she's working really hard to make those steps towards independence. And with Sophia, she always wants to do things on her own. She's very self-directed. But in time, she has to learn how to do that. And I think the ranch has been key. Miss Katie, Miss Becky, Miss Stephanie, all of them. And she also looks forward to each week, sometimes not riding the horse. There's some days she just needs to go to the mini horse, Chocolate, and bathe him or comb him if she's had a really hard day at school. Sophia was just recently diagnosed with dyslexia. And the ranch, even though they're not working on, say, reading or writing, they interject small things with her while on the horse, or whether she's on the horse or working with Chocolate or going to the chickens. There's always something that they interject with her, whether it be socially, academically, emotionally. And I think overall she just really knows that's a place where it's like home, that she can relax and that she's accepted. And she loves them and they really love her. And both my husband and I are very thankful for that.
Wow. So, she's a walking commercial for you.
Well, we are very grateful. And Denise and I actually, I think it was last week or the week before, we just were talking about the Ready to Work. I think it was at our event at Express Employment. And as Sophia gets older, I noticed that she's moving along in the program, and she might be in Ready to Work one day.
Oh, sure.
And as a parent, my husband and I both know that we really believe strongly that there's always going to be something there at the ranch for Sophia, whether it be still on the horse, helping or working or doing something, because she loves animals, but more importantly, it helps overall with her social emotional skills and development and everything else. So,
And I think that's kind of key is that, for Becky and I, we started with wanting to just do something for these kids, right, and to make a difference. But as they get older, their needs change. They don't go away.
Right.
And so being able to add programs that then we can take them from the time they're 2.5 and we can still, benefit them all the way into adulthood.
Absolutely.
Even after they've found a job, we're still there for them. We don't.
And I know that you still have a handful that come back.
Oh, for
Always,
sure. And
always.
even if they're, one of our students that's placed in a
Yes.
job, believe me, we're still getting texts at 10 o'clock at night because they don't know how to call in for tomorrow morning and they've got the flu, or this happened at work and they don't know what to do. So,
They call you.
Absolutely, and so it's been it's really a great journey for us. And I think, we enjoy being able to kind of fill whatever needs we can through the full circle.
It's a family. You guys have grown a family, a connection, a bond with the children, the
Definitely.
families, and that's nice that
Absolutely.
you guys are there to support all aspects. That's
I'm watching Sophia
absolutely.
grow, you know, now,
Right.
you know, Dena was just talking about she's riding in a saddle now. You know, she was, you know, you've seen it, Janice, where they're sitting sideways and backwards and up on their knees and standing.
And I'm
Well,
holding
you
my
know,
breath the whole time.
But now she's transitioning into a saddle and learning how
Big
to, you know,
girl.
control the
Right.
horse on her own. And
Right.
she's not off a lead line yet,
Right.
but she will be. I didn't
Yeah.
even realize she's just with
We
one
were just
person
chatting
now, just
today
one
about that.
instructor with
Yeah.
her. So, you know, where you're used
Right.
to, it's 3. And then when you
Right.
start riding it,
Right.
you know, you might drop down to 2. She's just working with one person right now. She will
huge.
be an independent rider.
Yes, she will.
And you know, that's
It's
that's
really
amazing.
empowered her too. I think, you know, even at 8.5, almost 9, because there's so many areas where she struggles in school, whether it be academically, socially, and she sometimes feels defeated. And I can say that when she's at Carousel Ranch, she does not feel that way at all. It really has empowered her to really improve and connect. So we're very thankful again. So
Wonderful.
we appreciate everybody in the community, what they're doing as well for Carousel Ranch. So thank you.
Well, I appreciate you guys both taking time out of your busy
Yeah.
days to come and share, especially you, Dena, as a parent, your
you.
perspective as to the benefits of Carousel Ranch is
Right,
huge to have you come share that with us. Denise, always, you know me, I love you coming and talking to
we
us.
Always love to come.
Thank you for highlighting the Carousel Wishes and Valentine Kisses fundraising event that is
Absolutely.
going on now. I absolutely will post those listed events around the community so everybody can see that. And put on your calendar right now, August 29th for Heart of the West, and get your tickets now because last year it was a sold out event. I guarantee it's going to be sold out again this year.